Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice to be here, and thank you for the invitation. Especially, I'm glad to see so many old friends, even more than 20 years. Today, I would like to talk about the status and conservation challenge of endangered Asiatic black bear in Taiwan. Excuse me. My talk will cover the population status and research progress during the past 30 years, and also the future challenge of conservation the endangered species. Different from Japanese black bear, in Taiwan, black bear are endangered. They are also one of the subspecies of Asian black bears. You guys probably know. And Curtis Bay already mentioned, and they are listed as endangered species under wildlife conservation law since 1989. That's more than 30 years. Due to the severe exploitation and habitat degradation, and the population has been declining. So you must be very curious about the population size, I know. And at the same time, the population will restrict to very remote mountainous areas. So most of people did not know bear very well. In the 90s, there were very limited relevant scientific information about the species. Only very few presence points were mapped. By the time illegal hunting was the main threat, probably one of the main threats to the population. And there is a huge market, black market, and our layers. People's misunderstanding and fear about bear further deter bear conservation progress by the time. So at the period, black bear are not a focal point for wildlife conservation or even education. However, things change a little bit, and accidentally, the species should start to gain media attention due to the first PhD study. I think that's my study, and that's also the first ecological study for the species in my countries. So I will briefly mention about a little bit of information about this. For the study, we found, unlike Japanese black bear, our bear don't hibernate, even they are the same species. So we feel so cold in Japan, at this point. After all, we come from a subtropical area. And so bear don't go to den in Taiwan. And we find out their data are very similar to Japanese black bear. They use a lot of vegetation part, more than 80%. And the diet also vary by season. They use a lot of fruit in summer, and more acorns in winter and fall season. But we also found bear use a high proportion of animal items, like especially during the poor master season. They use muntjac, there's a kind of a medium-sized ungulate, and also mountain squirrel, that's endemic species in Taiwan. And also they use sambar deer. We even have the photo they are chasing sambar deer. Such predatory behavior is rarely documented. As the type of predator, their ecological is worth of further study from my point of view. Unfortunately, we accidentally found more than half of my study bear were injured by illegal trap. And the study site was taking 3 or 4 days hike. So it's not so good at this point. This injury was caused mainly by snails. They were often used for wild boar or other ungulate. The purpose is not for bears. So that's kind of an intention. Then I start to wonder, as a biologist, what can I be helpful for the endangered species? So I would like to mention, as Dr. David McDonald pointed out, we could carry out good research, by asking good questions and identify problem and find solution, and also inform the society, educate people, and involve community in order to make a good job done. I believe there's good management. So first, we would like to know where are these animals and their population status. That's the key question for the endangered species. So in 2006, we carried out a countrywide survey and mapping survey by collecting all kinds of information, presence data. We also carry out 20 site survey among 20 sites. And we found very low density of bear sign. That's kind of indicator of low density. We also found hunting sign almost in each site. Based on this presence data, we were able to indicate the predict distribution roughly cover 1/4 of the island range. Also, as the Yushan National Park here, as the high density benchmark. Then the question would be, how many do we have? Based on the distribution map, we further apply bear density of small population from other countries, including some information from Japan too. We estimate 200 to 700 individuals. Surely that's kind of a rough guess, but that's the best data we could have. So far, we don't have very precise population estimate for the entire population, except genetic analysis from Yushan National Park. Currently in Taiwan, we have two long-term study sites for bears. The northern one, Daxueshan National Forest Recreation Area and the Yushan National Park. We carry out a GPS telemetry study in both sites and realize bear has super huge home range, even more than 500 square kilometers. It indicates the importance of conservation law of the species as umbrella species. This information are crucial for our further education program. However, we also found there are genetic differentiation between the two populations, especially very low heterozygosity in the northern population. We then urge the effort to increase habitat connectivity between these two populations. In 2012, we carry out a conservation action plan and a workshop for developing conservation action plan. This would be the first action plan for the species based on IUCN guideline. The conservation goal for the species is to minimize or eliminate the threat to black bear and to enhance population viability to improve their conservation status. However, as the co-chair of IUCN Bear Specialist Group, Dave Garcelos mentioned, it's important to ensure follow-through so it does not end up in an archive covered in dust. In addition to political lobby for conserving the species, Taiwan Black Bear Conservation Association could be the first to respond to the conservation action plan. The association was established in 2010. It served as a platform for the participation of various stakeholders, including cooperation with many companies. We also fundraise for bear research and hold various outreach education programs, more than thousands of lectures in different schools or agents, and also develop bear curriculum guides. We also established Taiwan Black Bear Education Center in Hualien, the critical habitat for bears. Meanwhile, the bear research also allows a lot of media attention, so several documentary films were produced. Nowadays, in the student textbook, we can see black bears and the researcher introduction. This include nature and technology, sociology, and English. It's kind of funny for me. So bears are getting popular, but we are wondering if bear conservation is bear conservation advancing. Recently, we collect more than 1,800 bear presence data, and 80% of the bear breeds were within the national park. However, is this okay? Interesting. Okay. However, we can see very sparse location in the central areas, and almost no location in the southern areas, even no any data in the coastal mountain range. The Maxent model predicts about a third of the distribution of the Taiwan Island area. Compared to the predict range, 10 years ago, we found the distribution range expand is about 17%. But most of them occur in low elevation, low potential distribution areas. During the past 10 years, we also have about 40 bear deaths or rescue reports in Taiwan. It's very uncommon because, don't forget, bear hunting is illegal. It seems to show, it's kind of a good indicator people are willing to make a report. At the same time, we realized, we also found bear rescue reports began to occur since 2018, and most of them are in low elevation, but in few limited area like Zhuoxi area, beside the Yushan National Park here, and Daxueshan areas. So it's still not easy to concrete the bear population increase in a comprehensive way. But we would like to say it may increase in some areas. The first bear rescue report was in 2019, was a cub. The orphan cub was taken into custody. It's become a big news in Taiwan. And for the reward project, the government put a lot of effort to communicate with the Aboriginal community for getting their support. Since then, the government using the same protocol for all the rescue bears. After 9 months of rehabilitation, the bear was released with a GPS collar. We needed to know most of these reports, especially killed or injured, were due to human factor, like snail or shotgun. This usually cause a lot of media coverage. So our government put a lot of effort or try to reduce the bear injury or mortality, and have gradually launched relative conservation policy, and like 2 years ago. So it's kind of pretty new. This includes bear reporting is not guilty, encourage community patrolling, and bear invention report, and the camera monitoring project. Also, the government encouraged the use of modified snail with a smaller diameter size. However, the results still need to be evaluated. Therefore, our conclusion is there is no sign the entire population has completely escaped from the threatened predicament. However, the awakening of the people and management units seem to have laid a good foundation for achieving future conservation goals. Here, we encourage to alleviate human-caused mortality of bears, mitigate human bear conflict through enhancing people's tolerance for bear, although, as Curtis Pei mentioned, they are really real case or serious case for the conflict. So far, no, for the past 30 years, there is no bear attack for no reason. Also, increase habitat connectivity and quality. Finally, implement population monitoring program. Thank you for your attention.